Welcome back to my channel. It's 𝒉𝒨, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my thumbnails, but I updated. I'm currently using 3 apps, and I don't use the 3 apps like all the time, but I use IbisPaint X, I use PicsArt, and I also use Phonto. So this is for mobile. I am on mobile, but if you guys aren't on mobile, there's still other video options. But here's how I make my thumbnails, the updated version, because I've changed some ways that I make my thumbnails. So let's get into the video. First thing that I do is I join Royal High and I go in front of the green screen. Obviously, I make my outfit first, and then I take pictures with the poses that I want. Like, basically, I have the topic of the video, and I kind of relate it to the topic of the video. So this is how I make my thumbnails. I'm going to make it kind of Christmassy since it's Christmas season. Honestly, whatever you want. But remember, whatever you wear in your outfit, you'll need to, like, erase it. So you might not want to make it that complicated, especially if you're just starting. Next thing, I go into Safari and I search up aesthetic and whatever. I'm going to search up winter background since I want it to be wintry. But you can search up like aesthetics pink or blue purple or blue background or autumn background, whatever you guys want. But it's winter right now. Like, you can search up aesthetic Christmas background or whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and save some to my photos. You like hold it, you press and hold, and then you show you guys. So now I go into IbisPaint. And I select the photo that I want, and I try to zoom in. If you want, you can blur it like this. Just go to the blur tool. But I'm not going to do that for this one. But if you wanted to, you could. And so I'm going to take this layer, and I'm going to bring it up right there. And now I'm going to take the photo that I want of the poses. So I'm going to take the little poses, and I'm going to use this one. And now I'm going to press bucket and I'm going to press eraser, and I'm just going to erase the parts that I don't need, which are this pink background parts and stuff like that. It might erase your character's body, and if it does, just press the little backspace button. And then I go to eraser and do the finishing touches like right here. There's like the eraser bucket is not going to take every single little thing, but it should take most of it. It honestly depends on how complicated your outfit is as well. So then you just erase these parts, and then it will look better. This will show effort in your thumbnails, because if you don't care about your thumbnails, you'll just use, like, if you don't care much about your thumbnails and you don't want to take much time into it, it will show because there will be these little parts left over and stuff like that. So that's why it's good to put effort into your thumbnails. So, like, you have to think about, if you don't want a complicated outfit, like, if you do a complicated outfit, that's fine, but just know that it probably will take longer to erase the parts. Now I place it in the right position by going to transform, and then I press perspective form because I prefer it there, and then I take the new layer and then I drag it on top, and I put how, and then I'm only gonna put how because I like to make it nice and big. And if you put like the whole text in one like go, then it will not be good because it will not stand out, and then people will not want to press on your thumbnails. I'm going to make this one a little smaller, and you can always change the font right here. I'm going to go ahead and look for a font that I want. You can also download fonts and add them here, but I like right there. But I'm not going to download a font. I don't really know how to do that, but if I find out, I can make a video on it. But right now, I'm not sure. So then you just move it around how you want. And I'm going to use another layer to put the next part just because I'm not sure. I just kind of want to. And now I'm going to put thumbnails and change my font again. So there's a couple of fonts that it comes with, and I recommend using this for fonts, but there's other apps with fonts as well, and I'll show you that next app soon. Like, all editing apps usually have fonts, so if not, you can just, like, if you want more, just download them. So then I just do this. I can, like, be really creative and make sure that your thumbnail stands out to the viewers so that they want to click on it. For example, I'm just gonna try to be creative and add these little lines here. Of course, you don't need to do this, but what I mean by that is just be creative, add emojis and stuff. And now if I wanted to, I can also blur it up, but I just have to go to that layer. I don't really want to, but just in case, I'll go ahead and save it as my PNG. Like, you have to just press that little arrow on the right. So if you go to filter, you can, like, there's a lot of different filters, and in order to have a stroke, just go right here and change the color right if you like scroll right there, and There's so many different things you can do with the filters and just adjust it to your liking. And yeah, and the color is right there. I think I'm going to leave it white, but you guys can see like there's so many different colors that you guys can choose from. But I'm gonna go with white this time, and I'm just going to kind of adjust just little things. I don't know, I'm not sure how I want it. And look, there's different things, and I think I'm gonna try that on this part. And if I don't like it, I don't need to keep it there. So I think this looks pretty cool. I'm just going to adjust it to the radius to the part that I want. And I'm just not sure. Like, there's so many things to play around with. Just don't get so carried away, because then it might be like make the thumbnail not interesting anymore, and people won't want to click on it anymore because it's just too overhyped and there's just too many things. And again, I can blur it whenever I want. But I think that it looks cooler without the blur for this thumbnail specifically. And for other thumbnail, I think it looks cooler than it looks here. I can go to eraser. I can go to my character layer, and then I can erase these horns. Like, you can erase whatever you want. For example, stroke went some parts that I didn't like it. I can also erase this if I wanted to, but I don't want to do that, so I'm just gonna press the backspace button. That was just to show you guys if I wanted to, and if I wanted to go back, and if I made a mistake or something. So yeah, and then I can always blur it whenever I want. I'm going to save that just in case, but I don't think I want it like that. Okay, now the next app you can use is Phonto, and I recommend Phonto because it's not, it doesn't take that much storage. So if you guys don't have that much storage left, or you use a lot of storage, then go ahead and don't get IbisPaint, because IbisPaint does use a lot of storage. But now so you basically just add a photo, and then you can even add photos into it. Also, you can use like different filters that it gives you, and I'm not going to add this photo in, but you guys have seen in my last thumbnails, like I used to have this app only to make my thumbnails, and there's even some items you can add in. For example, I wanted to add in a call out. Also, these are like not used for all your thumbnails, but for some thumbnails you might want to use these things. And then there's a lot of fonts here too, and I'm gonna use this as an example in a second. Now you can do this, and you can move it around, and in order to erase it, go right here, just press remove. If you press erase, it'll take you to the store, so don't do that. That's money. So here, I'm going to use high as an example, and you can also change the color, and you can make custom color. So you guys can see there's all these fonts. So you can also have Phonto if you don't have a font that you want, and you don't know how to download fonts, or you don't want to download fonts, and you want Phonto because it's pretty cool and has pretty cool fonts. So like there's different fonts you can use, and honestly I like it when people do that. Like they use like a cursive font in their thumbnail, and like different types of fonts in their thumbnail, and make it look really cool and interesting, because I want to click on it then. And then you can use a background too, but I don't want a background, so I'm going to just make transparent. Now I'm going to adjust the size to the size that I want, and the size that I think looks pretty cool. And then I'm going to change the color and whatever I want to do with Phonto. And it's really cool. There's also an app called PicsArt. Now I didn't get the filming, but I'll go ahead and show you guys how to use PicsArt. So now here's how to use PicsArt. So this is like the second recording, so I'm not actually going to show the actual like outcome, but I'm just going to show you how to use PicsArt. So you can go to sticker, and there's ultimate stickers here. You can use the search bar, or you can just look here down to see what you want. For example, you wanted something like Among Us elf here. There's like so many different stickers you can use, and some are free, some are not free. Like the stickers are free, but some things are in PicsArt are not free. There's even like GFX and stuff that you guys can use. And for example, I can search up GFX girl. Look at all these free GFX that you can use. For example, I wanted to be like use this character instead of my Royal High character. That's totally fine. Especially if you're lazier, you can also do that. Like there's so many that you guys can use. And then I can search up Christmas, and there's so many Christmas vibes things, and there's like overlays. Like for example, I wanted Christmas lights in my thumbnail, then I can use Christmas lights in my thumbnail. And there's just so many things, and we're just going to press discard changes. I'm just showing you guys how to use it. So then you can also add photos into it, like Phonto. I prefer Phonto for that, but there's a lot of stats that you can do, and then like it's all your choice. And then lens flare, there's like a lens flare you guys can move around and make as big or as small as you want, and there's different ones. And then in brushes, there's different brushes you can use, like for example this for the snow, and then this to kind of blur the screen. And then we have the feathers if you wanted feathers, a rainbow, and then there's just there's a couple here. I like the brushes, and then there's the glitter, and then there's like ice cubes and letters of the alphabet, whatever you want. There's a couple, and then there's callouts, different callouts. I like using this one, and the Tato Chip and other YouTubers use that. And then there's also stuff, for example, there's a girl, and there's some of them are free, but most of them are for gold. So if you like PicsArt a lot, you can also go to membership, and then you can just save it. And here's the final product. So here's some other like types of thumbnails I've done with these like apps. And then here is the final product. I honestly do like this thumbnail quite a lot, and I hope you guys like it too. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, like this video, and tell me in the comments that you found it helpful. If you would like to, you can join my Discord server, link down below like always, and you can follow my Twitch, which I don't do anything on my Twitch, but if you guys want to, I don't know. And yeah, you can also join my Roblox group and buy my Roblox merch. And yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. If you want, leave a video recommendation in the comments down below. Bye, roses!